The madness is here, and Tennessee is headed to Philly to play either Miami of Ohio or SMU. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on Tennessee's draw in March Madness? The BaseVols go down to Athens and drop a tough one to lose the series. Let's kick it off with the madness. The brackets are set. Everyone has an opponent. Let's talk, my friends. Let's talk. Welcome into the Channel Tennessee podcast. It is March the 15th, 2026. I am your host, Randy, alongside my good friend, Austin Brown. Let's get rocking and rolling with this March Madness talk. But before we do, let's get a word from Scott at Southern Turf. Springtime is around the corner. Get your kids off their phones and outside. Artificial turf is always best for those muddy paws. Practicing your chipping and putting, an all-around aesthetically pleasing look. Call or text Scott at 704-960-2651. Local to Knoxville and all surrounding areas. That is Scott with Southern Turf. Well, Austin, the bracket is set for Tennessee. We are in the Midwest region, and our opponent is either going to be Miami of Ohio or the BJ Edwards of SMU. What are your initial thoughts on that draw?
I mean, it could be worse, but it kind of spells for it's either we're either going to get a really pissed off BJ Edwards or a fiery the new Sister Jean, I guess, probably, of Miami of Ohio. I don't know. It's hard to be positive right now. I don't know. I'm trying to get like a real positive feel, but it's like I after that baseball series, all I can see is how it will go horribly.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's where your
I'm
mindset
just got
is
my
right
cup
now.
all the way on at this point as a Tennessee fan.
Well,
But
I mean,
you can win that game, obviously. But you could lose it, which is the case with most sporting events. But it's more scary than I guess I thought it would be.
yeah.
So
Like,
I'll put it
okay,
that
so
way.
you have a team that went undefeated all season until their conference tournament, where they lost their first game of the season. They were told that they possibly would not get in this tournament because of that one loss. And so that could piss them off of saying, all right, we got to prove ourselves now. And then you get an SMU team, which is they can score a lot of points. BJ Edwards can go off. And for those of you who don't know, BJ Edwards used to be the point guard for Tennessee, the backup point guard, and then he transferred to SMU. And now he's one of the better scoring players in the country at his position. And so that could be a little scary. Like you said, it could be like a BJ Edwards revenge game if he ends up playing Tennessee. Who do you think is going to win between Miami, Ohio, and SMU to face Tennessee in the first round?
I'm 97% sure that SMU will kick the shit out of Miami of Ohio, because Miami of Ohio, I mean, they're a good story, but they've been flirting with death for a while now. So
Yeah.
I just think they kind of lived their tale. It's awesome they made the tournament, despite being at large and having I think the fourth easiest schedule in the country.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all going to come to a grinding halt with SMU, I believe. I just think it's tailor-made for that kind of beatdown. And it's actually pretty cool, though. I'll give it this. The point guard matchup for SMU Tennessee is going to be two East Tennessee point guards, which is pretty dope. Jacoby, and it'll be a point guard that spent 1 year at Tennessee, then had to couldn't quite cut it, so he went to SMU, and a guy who wasn't offered initially from Tennessee, wanted to play for him, but went to other schools and eventually earned it to transfer to UT. So it's like two polar opposites. Who the hell knows? Maybe BJ Edwards ends up back here next year. I don't know.
Am I mistaken? Did Auburn not get in?
Oh, they didn't get in. No,
They did not get in. Auburn
No,
did not get
Stephen.
in. Yep.
Thank God. That would have been the most. And he had Bruce Pearl on the show to react to it. That's pretty funny. Oklahoma I think the last four, and they showed it. It was The last two were Oklahoma and Auburn.
Right.
So yeah, no Auburn, which is funny. I think they made it what like 7 straight years or some crap like that.
Mhm.
We we can still say we got in and they can't, so that's fun. But and you can say if they beat us, they would be in. So our 2 games against them would have determined a team's destiny. But and they'll go to the NIT. I think you'd probably get Steven one more year, even though his buyout's fairly cheap. You'll probably give him another year, but if he does this crap again, he's definitely canned.
So you said that you don't mind this draw that we got. Is that what you said? You think we're gonna
Yeah,
beat it?
yeah. I mean, it could be worse, I guess.
It could be worse, but it scares me. It honestly does. Like that, I don't think that's an easy draw. Like you could say what you want about Miami, Ohio, if they ended up beating SMU, but there's a reason why they went undefeated. I don't care what basketball program you are. If you almost go undefeated throughout the whole basketball season, that's pretty impressive. That means you're pretty damn tough mentally to keep winning those games, even if they're close. Like you said, they flirted with death so many times, but like you you flirt with death, but you find a way to win. That's a team that can pull a win out if they have to, and they know how to do it. And so that can be scary. And SMU, they're a team that scares me too because they can score some points with BJ Edwards at the helm. So
I mean,
that
okay,
it's
let
not
me
a horrible matchup, but it kind of makes me a little nervous. Honestly, to
let me
tell you
give
the
you
truth.
the other 11 seeds. VCU, South Florida, um, and the winner of Texas, NC State. Would you rather see those teams over who we got?
All right, say it one more time. My mic went off. Say it one more time.
We had the winner of Texas, NC State, USF, and VCU. Those are the other teams we could have faced. Those are the other 11 seeds. I I
I mean,
think I
I think
I
Texas
think
doo doo. I'm not. I don't know much about like VCU, but usually VCU is a pretty good tournament team. Usually, I don't know. I don't know anything about them, but usually VCU can wreck some people in the tournament. And who are the other two? I've got
NC
Texas and
State and
NC
USF.
State. NC State. Yes, they have. What's his face?
We'll wait.
Will Wade. You never know. Will Wade is. You can hate the guy all you want to, but Will Wade's a good basketball coach. So I wouldn't want that one. I wouldn't want VCU. But man, these 11 these playing games are not like these are good teams. Like usually they're pretty
I
kind of like these are decent freaking teams in
so
basketball.
there's what's that? 8 11 seeds because there's playing games or no
Yeah.
there's 6 11 seeds, my bad.
Mhm.
Um I'd say SMU is more dangerous than any of the others. I kind of would.
I think SMU is one of the more dangerous ones. So yeah, that's what makes me say like I mean I'm not gonna say I'm sitting here like some SMU expert, but I've caught a lot of their games this season because it's one of those times where there's like no games on, but then you turn on the TV and there's like an SMU versus some other school, and you just kind of just sit there and tone it out, but watch it occasionally, and then you look up and it's like, man, SMU's they're not a bad team. They're pretty good. They
I
flow well
mean,
on the court.
don't get
So
me
I don't.
wrong. I think we would beat them. Truth be told, gun to my head, we win that basketball game, but they're good.
They're good. I think Miami Ohio is good too. You don't go 31-1 for no reason. So that's just me.
I wouldn't mind seeing Miami, Ohio. They've been flirting with death for a while. I mean,
I told you they've been flirting with
eat
death.
these words. I may eat these words, but I mean, I don't think they're that good. Just truth be
Okay.
told, I don't.
Okay.
I
So
think they can make some shots.
I guarantee you that their fans are over here saying I don't think Tennessee's that good either. Because
They should be worried about SMU.
no, I'm just saying I'm talking about both of those teams. Like whoever wins, I guarantee their fan base is like, oh, I'm not scared of Tennessee. Like you're not scared of Tennessee. No one's scared of Tennessee this year. I'm sorry. Like they've given you
Stephen
no.
Perlis.
Well, he's
Well,
not in the tournament. But
yeah.
but no one is sitting there just shaking in their boots. You know, there's no Dunk connection. There's no Chaz Lanier like of the past couple of years of like, oh man, they got a guy that can go off. I mean, Nate Mint has shown that he can go off at times, but once they double Nate Mint and you don't really have anybody else besides Jacoby Gillespie who is either hot or cold, and like there's nothing on this team that should fear anyone because you have seen it all season, and it has been one of the most frustrating teams to watch. I think of the Rick Barnes era.
So they're
Like
going to
it,
the Final Four. Yeah.
huh? Yeah.
That's how it
But
should go, right?
they probably will. Now that we say it, they're going to go to the Final Four. But it's been one of the most, and you can attest it. The whole planet can attest it. It's been the most frustrating team to watch. You don't know what you're going to get. It's up and down, but you can say like their highs are really high and their lows are really low. But there's been more lows than highs. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's
been more lows.
There's more valleys than peaks.
Yes.
But the peaks have me intrigued. I don't know what's piqued my mood all of a sudden. I was literally just like down in the dumps upon dumps.
We're talking about basketball right now. You got to put baseball in the back of your brain right now because yes, we'll talk.
Okay, I'll be sad about something else.
I mean, well, I'm serious. So I went to almost every single basketball game this entire season, and every time I went, it was just one of those things. It's like I'm just going to go because I want to watch sports, and there's nothing about this team that excites you.
Nateman excites me. When he gets on, when he turns it on, no one's safe. No opponent is unbeatable. I truly believe that. But
one player's not going to do that in March, dude. I'm telling you, you got to have more. You got to have more guys.
Let me go to what we were talking about though. When we beat Vandy in Memorial, he only had 13 points. And that's one of the best wins we've had all year. I mean, hell, look at Vandy now. They look like maybe one of the top 10 teams in the country right now. And we beat them in Memorial. And I feel like the difference was you got enough from Ament. You got that 13 points. You wouldn't have beat them without it. But you also got Boswell scoring like 15 points and very clutch down the stretch. Gillespie gave you big shots down the stretch. I feel like Boswell, if he can actually give you something, that has to be the difference. He cannot score like 2 points. He can't miss all of the shots. You need something from the 2-guard spot. He's got to make at least 2 threes and maybe a couple mid-rangers and then do what he does on defense and running the offense or running his part in the offense like Triple J did. You need something from him. That has to be the difference.
Okay, so you can say all of those things what you just said. And I don't disagree with them. You can say whatever you want. They can score all the points they want. But if they cannot hit free throws, which they consistently haven't done all year, they're going to be outed real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, fast as lightning.
Ain't that a funny thing to suck at? Ain't that so funny? Ain't that like the oddest thing to not be good at? Man, when they just let me sit there and shoot freely at right in front of the basket, I just can't do it. I'm terrible at it. Well, maybe you just suck at basketball. That's an odd thing to suck at. That should be the easiest thing you do. It's like that excuse. Oh, I'm a bad test taker. Well, maybe you're just dumb.
Yeah.
It's when you test my knowledge. I'm not good. I'm suddenly not smart.
There was a guy
if you didn't test it, I'd be good.
There was a guy sitting next to us.
Something a dumb guy would say.
On Friday at the SEC tournament. And I think my wife had gotten up to go get some popcorn or something like that. But like, we're sitting there and we go to the line again. And this guy starts playing that song. It's like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend," on his phone. And everyone around us starts cracking up. And then we missed 2 in a row.
You know what blew my mind? Okay, Kerry misses every free throw in the world. And then he turns around and shoots from the free throw line a actual field goal and makes it.
Yes.
He made it. I'm like, so screw this guy. I mean, Kerry, I love him as a player. I do. But man, that free throw crap, if you're going to be here next year, and I'm pretty sure he is, you got to get that. You got to get that in check.
All right. So let's look at the bracket. I think Tennessee, they'll win. Whew. And God, this is not okay. The first round is, I think it's kind of tough. But this bracket is not easy, dude. So if we end up winning this game, we're probably going to play Virginia. That would be our next opponent. That would be the next one. We're beating them.
Yeah.
If we
somehow, what do you say? Yeah, we'll do it because this. I don't freaking know.
Listen,
God bless. I mean, we could, sure. I've seen
my dream scenario. My dream scenario is to, of course, make it the Final Four, which I have a hard time even thinking about that right now. But what would even
There's a
make
Final Four. I thought there was
what
only
make listen, what would put the cherry on top of this right now, just to make something fun out of this tournament, is somehow we move past the round of 32. We get to the Sweet 16, and Kentucky's sitting there, and we beat Kentucky again.
If we beat them in March Madness one more time, that would just be the most. Would we see them in the Elite Eight
Cherry
or the Sweet
on
16?
top. Sweet 16. It'll be Sweet 16.
Oh my God! And Mark Pope is just known as dominating Rick Barnes at any other place besides when he's got an NCAA tournament little patch on his jersey. That would be poetic. I mean, okay. I do believe in the highs of this team though. If they could just play like that more, you know, obviously. I mean, they won at Bama and at Vandy. Those are two great teams. You beat Houston in Vegas. You know what always strikes me funny? If you go back and watch that Vegas game against Houston,
Mhm.
um, we killed it at the free throw line. That was the best we ever looked from the free throw line. It was very critical down the stretch. Houston was like nailing threes every time even well defended, late in that game. And we go down and we made 2 of 2 every time, and we needed it all to beat Houston. And it just feels like that team's like we've had decent days from the line from the free throw line since, but it's been a lot of bad. It's been a whole lot of
Yeah.
bad. If you could just somehow be super clutch when it matters most. I mean, there are aspects of this team I love. Of course, they've broken my heart, losing. You lost to your three biggest rivals at home.
Mhm.
That's an ultimate stain. And going 1-4 against the or against Vandy in Kentucky really sucks, and something we haven't done ever under Barnes. Do
Mhm.
you realize this is the lowest seed we've been under Barnes ever?
Mhm.
I mean, we missed the tournament his first 2 years, and then there's the COVID year. But this is pretty low. But there is a lot of highs to this team. Um,
Listen, I'm not going to disagree with you on that, okay? But I can't also at the same time agree with you because I have not seen enough highs. I've seen a lot of mediocre, low, just listen. And here's one thing I've noticed throughout the season. And I am not a coach. I've been told that today. I am not a
I
D1
could have
coach.
sworn you were like the head coach of Kansas State at one point.
Well, yeah, that's my alma mater. But I am not a
My
head
bad.
coach. But here is one thing that I have noticed about our basketball team. When Nate Ament gets the ball, Nate Ament gets fouled. He's about the only player on our team that gets fouled on a regular basis. So I think early in games, again, not a coach, just saying, I am giving the ball to Nate Ament, and I'm saying drive the ball. Let's set the tone early and get to the line early because Nate Ament, and you mentioned this, you brought this up to me, and it was a great point a couple weeks ago. This team really struggles without Nate Ament's free throws. If Nate Ament does not hit, or if Nate Ament is not going to the line, they
Mm-hmm.
struggle they struggle winning at all. When he was out those couple weeks, you were like, we miss Nate Ament, but what we miss the most from Nate Ament is his free throw shooting because that man is really he's at the line all the time, and he had a terrible game from the field against Vandy, but he almost brought us back with his free throws alone in that
Mm-hmm.
game. So I think if you do have your what you say so-called high ceiling of what you're talking about, you need to get the ball in that man's hands and you need to let him work because he's going to get to the line. He's going to get that other team in foul trouble, and he is going to make it miserable for them the entire game. And you don't
It'd
need to start
be
in the second half. You need to start early in the game. You don't need to worry about shooting. You just said, Nate, drive to the basket, set the tone. That's just
it'd
my
be
opinion.
it'd be pretty cool to see Virginia in the second round because Nate, Virginia was a school he considered. He's from Virginia, and it'd be cool to him go off on his home state. And Philly's close to where he's from, so or not really, but kind of. I don't know. I'm trying to create storylines in my head, like I work for CBS or some crap. But that would be absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. In my bracket, I'll probably have us losing to Virginia. That's
Oh, you're gonna bullshit. You're gonna come tomorrow. You're
I
gonna have us
am. I am
in
a
the
son,
final two.
which is tough. But here's the thing: they usually overachieve when I don't believe them, because I that year Zakai got injured, I had us losing to Duke, and we beat Duke.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. This team is at least Rick Barnes even admitted this after the Vandy loss that it might be a good thing we lost because we need to be healthy. We need to get
Well,
healthy.
listen to this, okay?
Have we
Listen to
found
this.
out if we're playing on Friday or Thursday?
I think it's Friday. Shit.
Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday. Okay, so let's break this down real quick because I'm looking at it right now, and if Tennessee can somehow beat Virginia, I'm feeling pretty good about this because if Tennessee somehow beat Virginia, the people that would be playing below us would be either Kentucky, Santa Clara, Iowa State, Tennessee State. That's the rest of the bracket right there. If we somehow get past Virginia and Kentucky, like that, like we've if we play Kentucky again, we're going to beat Kentucky. I fully believe that. I fully believe that. Um, he on YouTube says Kentucky won't be there. We'll see. I think Kentucky's not a very good
You see the
team.
Magic Johnson gift? I
Yeah,
won't be there.
ain't gonna be there. But yeah, but if we can somehow win the first round, which I think we'll do, it's going to be a really tough game. It's going to stress a lot of people out. That tough game.
64-63. That's the kind of score we're gonna have.
I think it'll be more like a 6-point win, but it'll be way closer than it looks because we'll pull away with like free throws from Nate Minute.
No, we're gonna have it'll be a 1 point game. Then Carey will be fouled, and he'll go for two. And BJ Edwards gonna have a great look, and it'll go in and out. And he's gonna say he got fouled, and they didn't call it.
I was just informed that he on YouTube is Dr. Vol. He's logged into his daughter's account because somehow the comments aren't coming through from Twitter for some reason. Twitter and StreamYard, get your shit fixed. My goodness, get your stuff fixed. You're killing me. But yeah, if we can make it past Virginia and our first round and past Virginia, I think we have a pretty good shot. I'm not sitting here trying to talk myself up, but my gosh, I think we have a pretty good shot at the Elite Eight. Honestly, to tell you the truth. But
if we make three straight Elite Eights, that'd be so awesome.
This basketball team has got to prove it because they are, they're frustration levels.
They are not a fun team. They aren't a fun team, and it's kind of what I feared because you didn't have enough shooting on this team, and you're gonna have nights where it just makes you want to tear your hair out because you didn't. It just feels like you have possessions where you should get points and you walk away with none, and like we'll have those possessions where we get 14 rebounds and somehow not score. Like the ball will be at our end of the court for literally 2 minutes, and somehow we haven't scored. It's boggling. It boggles the mind.
DR says, I don't like our second round draw against Virginia. How would we fare against Iowa State? I don't know much about Iowa State. I don't know much about them. I don't know.
KJ Altsberger. They always have. They really are that team that always peaks early. It feels like, but they've kind of carried it a little bit. They are beatable. I'll say that they're beatable. They're tough. But it seems like every year they are like a top 5 seed and or a 5 seed or higher, and they just choke in the second round, the first round. I'm not really afraid. I don't think they'll. I think I'd see them getting upset at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe by us. I don't know. It's weird. I don't watch a lot of. I mean, I just see their scores, and they're always killing it in November and December, and seems like they have a lot of lows in February and March under Altsberger. But I'll be honest, I'm usually way more tuned into basketball, but this team's just kind of taking all the fun out, and I haven't really wanted to sink my teeth in as much. I really was just looking forward to baseball, and then they kicked me in the crotch harder than I can imagine today. So,
all right, let's play a little fun game here. Let's call our upset right now. I'm going to go through the top, some of the top seeds, okay? And some of the games that you're just like, oh, this team's going to win. Give me the upset. I'm going to start in the West region with Arizona and Long Island. Do you think
Um,
an upset can happen there?
no.
Okay. Number 5, Wisconsin versus High Point.
I mean, it's hard to believe in one until you just see it
I know.
happen.
I
It's
know.
like, oh, like yeah, I could say, like probably no, but then again, what if they don't make anything and High Point's just on fire for some reason?
Yeah.
So I'll say no, but
Okay.
you know,
Gonzaga versus Kennesaw State. That's intriguing to me. I've watched a couple Kennesaw State games this year. They're intriguing.
I don't know.
Just call it. Just call it. What do you
No,
think? Like, just
no,
call it.
no,
No.
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Because eventually we're gonna get to where we're like, okay, Alabama versus Hofstra.
I mean, I hate Alabama, so of course yes. but I mean, no, I mean,
Here's okay.
they struggled in the first round last year though, if you remember.
They did.
I
They
can't
almost. They
remember who
almost
they
got
were
beat.
playing.
They almost got beat.
It was like it's like a Patriot League school or something.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time nailing it. I
Here,
really like that team.
I've got 2 on my list. Okay. Here's one of mine. Texas Tech versus Akron. I think Akron
Mm,
gets Texas Tech. I think
Akron's good,
Akron
dude.
gets them. I think they get them.
They could. They
I
very
think
much
Akron
could.
gets Texas Tech.
Of course,
I really do.
I went hard on Akron last year. I said Akron was going to
Mm-hmm.
go to the second weekend, and they just got their ass absolutely whooped. Like they got their ass whooped like no other. I was like, oh God! I was like, that was my whole stick right there. I think it was like, I'm trying to think, someone from the Big Ten they played, and they just got obliterated. It was awful, blood
Yeah.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Guts everywhere. All right, I'm gonna give you 2 more because I think the other ones are irrelevant. But I'm gonna give you 2. Actually, I'm gonna give you 3 more. Okay, because and they're in a row. Nebraska versus Troy.
I could definitely see that.
I can see Troy beating
That feels
Nebraska.
upset. That feels upsetting because Nebraska has had the best basketball season they've had in forever. And you know what Nebraska basketball is famous for never having an NCAA tournament win. They're the only power conference school to never have one. And they've made a tournament. I've seen them play in the tournament like 5 or 6 times
Mm-hmm.
in the last 15 years. So, and if they go in there as a 3 seed and get beat by Troy, that would just be so. I mean, I don't even hate Nebraska, but that'd be funny. Like I just in terms of like Seinfeld esque humor, like imagine them losing to Troy and just you hear the Seinfeld music. Or the curb.
We got another comment. Scotty Oates comments from Facebook. Are we really going to play Kentucky in the Sweet 16? We just discussed that. I think it can happen, yes, but we have to get past Virginia. And I think if we do play Kentucky again, I think they're going to beat them because I that's just my gut feeling. But we got to get past Virginia first. But yes, Scotty, I think if we do play Kentucky again, I think Kentucky will lose against Tennessee. But
Although
back
I
to
wouldn't bank on Kentucky being there, to be fair.
that's what Dr. said. He doesn't think they're going to get there. Back to okay, I got 2 more. North Carolina versus VCU.
Um,
That is iffy, man. North Carolina is
Without
not.
Caleb Williams, I could
Yeah,
definitely see them taking a loss there. But I
definitely.
mean, I've watched some VCU. I don't like them too much. They're all right, but I don't like them
Yeah,
too insanely much.
yeah.
Um,
I think talent will get VCU. North Carolina's
yeah,
talent.
I could just see North Carolina win that one.
Mm-hmm. I got one more. I got one more. There's a lot of good first round games. I'm looking at. Not trying to predict these upsets. It's not going to happen. But Illinois versus Penn. Illinois better watch out for Penn.
I don't know.
Those
Brad
teams.
Underwood's underachieved a lot in tournament. I think he's had pretty big upsets throughout his career. I can't name him off the top of my head. He's kind of got that like Matt Matt Painter reputation, except Matt
Mhm.
Painter did make a Final Four, but Underwood's lost some pretty bad first round games. It wouldn't shock me. It would not shock me. And if he lost it to another Big Ten coach that constantly known for underachieving would be hilarious.
Let this first round game right here in the South region, St. Mary's versus Texas A&M. Does that intrigue you?
God, that's
It's good, right?
That's intriguing as hell,
That's
actually.
really intriguing. First rounder, man. St. Mary, number 7 seed St. Mary's versus number 10 Texas A&M.
Buckyball versus St. Mary's, man. I can't think of Randy, whatever. He's been there forever,
Yeah.
running the same system. They're always the whitest team you ever seen, and but he's always good. They're always good. They always
Uh-huh.
shoot well. They're always good. Great, uh, uh, but they never win in March. It seems like. I think last year they lost to Alabama. They are pretty damn good, and then you got Buckyball at A&M, who actually got hosed last year in the tournament when he was at Samford when they played Kansas. I can't remember specifically, but I remember everyone having an opinion. Kansas or Samford got absolutely hosed in that game at the end. They should have beat Kansas, but and that's an interesting style. It kind of
Hmm.
is like Kim Caldwell style, pack line defense and
Right.
five substitutions at a time. Um, it could happen. But
Yeah.
I think I don't know. That's just a good game. I can't
That's
really give you.
that's a really good matchup. And here's another one.
I'm a coin flip that one.
Yeah. I mean, that I love that these like you have some good first rounders. And this is another good one. Miami versus Missouri. First round in the West
That's
region.
that's
Miami versus
that is a
Missouri.
weird man.
That's a good one. That's a good
Whoever
one.
wins that game is losing the next round. Because I do not like either of those teams that much. But that's
Yeah.
a good first
Yeah.
round matchup.
Because the next round would either probably be either Gonzaga or Purdue for Miami or Missouri. But that's a good first round matchup. Like it's intriguing. Like they're two like pretty good teams that are pretty tough teams. But like that'd be fun to me. And then you got Clemson and Iowa in the first round too. Number 8 versus number 9. That's a fun one.
Give me Iowa. I'm never
Yeah,
believing in
yeah,
Clemson after last year.
me too. I'm
Clemson
gonna
pissed
say
me off so much
Iowa.
last year. Not even showing up against McNeese. Although
Yeah,
they did make the Elite Eight not too long ago. But
yeah. All right, let's transition. We're 32 minutes into this podcast. All right, Austin, let's get back to your madness. Not March Madness, but you are mad in March about today's finale in Athens, Georgia, because we know you love the Georgia Bulldogs because you've lived your entire life on the state line of Tennessee and Georgia in your hometown of Cleveland, Tennessee. I'm going to, real quick, before you get angry, maybe I can talk you off the ledge. But we've talked about this before we got on here. The bats have been so much better for Tennessee. And
yeah,
one thing that really annoys me, I'm just gonna put this out there before you kind of give your opinion. The whole we're not even a quarter. What are we, quarter way through the season, maybe?
I mean, you
And
just began conference play. That's kind
you
of the real
just
start.
began, and so I'm gonna throw this out there. It's already getting on my nerves of the whole like Josh Elander is trash like that. Look, guys, you have got to stop. Like that's so annoying. Like just for you to already roll back onto that, Josh Elander trash. He's been coaching for barely any time in his first season, and yes, today was not good. Was not a good look when he wouldn't pull the pitcher. I know. Again, I was told I'm not a head coach, but again, when you see a pitcher out there bleeding on the mound, just bleeding out on the mound, and everyone is just you got to take him out before this happens. This snowball effect happens, and this happened last year. It's happened the last 8 years with Tony Vitello. People chammering, get the damn pitcher out of the game. I get that, but to sit here and say, "Oh, Josh Elander is trash," is utter bullshit. Utter bullshit. Because everyone in this fan base was saying, "Give me Josh Elander or no one else."
I mean,
Then
he
you
was the
got what
only
you
hire you
want.
can make.
Yes, you got what you want. He's doing fine. This team has listen, I was as pissed off as anyone watching that game. We all were pissed off. But you again, it's a stupid little phrase. You learn from your mistakes. You do. You learn from your mistakes. He's going to learn from this. And hopefully he gets better. And I think he will because I don't think he's a dumb guy. I think he's a pretty smart guy. He hasn't got to where he's at because he's dumb, okay? And this whole trashing of Josh Elander after all y'all clamored for him, It's insanity. And I am, again, I've said here time and time again, I am the most critical human being when it comes to Tennessee sports. But that is just egregious. He's barely even made it a quarter away through the season, and you're already shitting on him. Like, stop! It's annoying. It's you're beating a dead horse here. Like, give the guy a chance. Give the guy a second to breathe. He's done fine. We were one home run away that got snagged out of almost pure luck.
My God, that was embarrassing.
But
you can't slam your bat down on a
I get
homer
that.
could
Okay,
be plucked.
okay, I get that. But
no,
again,
that was a bad moment. Okay, I mean it sucks though.
You get what I'm saying, though.
I had the game on mute, and because I can't listen to it when we're losing. I just can't on the road.
Yeah,
I just can't
yeah.
do it. I can't do it. I don't know why, but I'm already pretty angry. I already broke a Roku remote at this moment. When Krenzel let up that bomb. So I already broke my remote. I'm sitting there, and then Grimmer drives in that solo homer, and then I think the next two guys get out. Then Levi gets that little bouncing single that kind of it's one of the singles that looks like it's going to be a ground out, but it just bounced just right to where he can get all base. And then you got Stone Lawless pinch hitting for Ariel, and they changed pitchers for that at bat. And man, he hits that thing right on the sticks, right on the bolts. And I'm like him. I think that's a home run too. I'm not even really worried. I kind of thought we'd see him go to, and then I noticed he's standing there and a little too concentrated, the outfielder. I'm like, oh God, no. Oh God, no. Don't let me feel that and take it away. Don't let me. That's the worst feeling in the world. When you already let yourself experience the whole emotion of getting the lead with 2 outs in the ninth inning. You can't take it away. God, please don't let him take it away. And then he plucks the ball out right above the fence and just, oh, I walked away and told my wife, I can't right now. I can't talk. And just, I wouldn't just like let myself experience all those negative emotions. It was awful. I hate Georgia so much. I do. And that intensifies it all, even though I'm sure 99.9% of their fans didn't even watch that game. I in fact know that. Like if you took people that consider that would say, "Hey, yeah, I'm a Georgia fan," about 99.9% of them had no idea they were even playing baseball today. I guarantee you that. But the fact that we lost to them and oh man, it was so embarrassing. And I didn't even know he pimped the home run after. I didn't even know that until like 20 minutes after the fact. And when I saw that video, I'm like, oh my God, because Stone is from Georgia and just doing that whole throw the bat down in front of all his friends and family. Oh God, I bet it sucked. I bet that I did not. I'm happy actually. I haven't seen what it was like after he did that, but man,
can you
that's gotta
imagine?
blow.
In 8 out of 10 times, that ball's probably not caught by anyone in college baseball. It's over the wall. They misjudge it. They don't get the right jump. 8 out of 10 times, it's probably not caught. But can you imagine watching that finale of a series as like just an average baseball fan watching that game? Just the incredible cinema of the final couple of innings of that game. It just listen, I'm going to be honest. I kept up with the game. I turned it on every now and then. Something bad would happen. I turned it off because yesterday just ticked me off because of the umpire that seemed to have the same effing calls as yesterday's game, where they would throw it so low at their damn shins and call a strike. And then
unless Georgia's throwing it.
That's what I'm saying. And then Georgia threw the same damn pitch, and it was a ball. I mean, a strike. It was a ball for us, a strike for them. And it was outlandish of these umpires that like pick a damn like it made me furious. My dad had to tell me to stop cussing because I was screaming outside on his patio, and he's like, all right, settle down. Because I was like, you just threw the same pitch, and it was a different call. So that was another infuriating
me
thing.
Off and it would have that inning where Georgia got their first runs. It probably would have been over if he was calling that game like he called it all day. But The
Yeah.
orange team was thrown that way, not the red team. Um, it's on its face though. On the road, first SEC series, winning 1 out of 3. That's one out of 3. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to win SEC ranked series on the road unless you're like a really elite team. Go ask LSU. That's exactly what that's happening. Um, so on its face, if you told me we're just getting one, that's like acceptable.
You said you said
Getting swept is
you,
not acceptable.
you said last week.
One is
You said
acceptable.
last week. You said I want to get at least one.
Yeah, that's how.
You said that
That's
on our podcast last week.
if you want to have a good
If we can
season,
get
you need to at
one,
least take one from every road weekend.
and listen, I don't. I can't stand the doom and gloom from our fan base, and but I get being pissed off. I get getting really mad. But taking 1 out of 3 isn't awful. But at the same time, you have a new head coach. You have a lot of new players on this team. They've shown that they've gotten better. And what did you put? Read what you put on. Actually, I'll read it right now. I'm about to pull it up of what you put on our Channel Tennessee account. Tennessee's last 4 weekend series total hits. Kent State, we had 20. Arlington, and we went to Arlington, had 20. Wright State, 21. Georgia, 27.
Mm-hmm.
You're facing way better competition now, and you gradually face harder competition as the season's gone along, and your hit total has gotten better. Listen, our bats have gotten better. Elander, in my opinion, is going to adjust. Just chill out. There's nothing to even worry about right now, honestly. Like, you look at around the country.
Yeah.
Do you think LSU's going to suck the whole season? No. You think Vandy's going to suck the whole season? No. They're not.
I saw a comment that said our bullpen is so ass. And I was
No,
like,
it's not.
One reliever had a bad performance. Krenzel or Fredrickson did do too great either. I actually, if you ask me, I think our greatest strength might be the bullpen. Just one of the good relievers had a bad day, and he even got the first guys. He struck out the first 2 guys he saw. So,
comment comes in. No offense, Randy. He's not undefeated. He sucks. Sarcasm. I agree. It's
yeah.
ridiculous. Like it's
Vitello
fine.
never lost a weekend. Didn't you know that? Didn't you know he never lost a series?
But the thing is, again, I'll say it for like the 3rd podcast in a row. To end the season last year, we lost the last 5 series of the season, and every fan on this earth,
that must be Islander's fault.
Well, I'm just saying, every fan on this app, the Bird app, Facebook, anywhere, is complaining about us leaving a pitcher in too long. So it's like Tony did the same thing, guys. He did the same thing. We were bitching about it nonstop last year. He will not pull the damn pitcher.
And
like,
to
I don't
be
know
fair,
if it's
I think they did want to pull Krenzel because they kind of did like a pitcher meeting, and it did feel like they just did that so the bullpen could get more work. I think they were going to replace him. It does suck to when you do replace him right after that pitch, that next guy just absolutely goes lights out and shuts down everybody.
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't you been in just a few pitches before? Whatever. But yeah, I believe that's nothing you can like say, oh, we're gonna mark Elander a bad coach because he left a pitcher in too long.
Yeah.
Listen, that's like and I'm a baseball fan. When the number one thing you can ever criticize a manager / coach for is how long he left a pitcher in. That's like the number one thing. And you know what? There is not a manager alive that hasn't had a fan yell, "Why'd you leave him in?" There's not any, like Tony La Russa to Don Mattingly to every manager ever, pretty much, has had that criticism thrown at them. And you know what? It's what it is.
And I'm not gonna lie though, it was bad. Like it was really bad. How long the bleeding went on for?
You should have not seen that last hitter. That should have been the
should have not happened. Should have not happened. And it was very frustrating that it went on longer than it should have. But I mean, if it keeps on happening, yes, we have a problem and we should start worrying. But if he doesn't fix it, yes, like we worry.
People still hate our guts though. That Stonewall
it's insane.
is going everywhere. And just even like things you'd think you'd like us for, they hate. Everyone hates like universally. It's like I get that we were kind of douchebags, and but we got our just desserts against Notre Dame. But you know what? If you're hated, it's a good thing. If people hate you, it's a good thing.
Oh,
I realize
if
there's,
you're hated, if you're not, listen, if you are hated, that means you're good. If you're not hated, no one cares.
is there like a college basketball version of this or a college football version of this? I'm trying to think. Duke in the 90s, they were hated kind of like this. Man,
Um,
it sucks Vitello left though. I still want to continue that legacy. It'd be kind of like how Coach K kind of had that
uh,
arch in his
okay,
career, but it's what
okay.
it
Well,
is.
okay.
I'm
Well,
over
I'm
it.
just gonna say, I was like, okay, uh, stop harping on Vitello. It's fucking old. Like,
Yeah,
just stop harping on it. It's done. It's over. Shut up. We've moved on. The whole like, guys, he's gone. Like, shut up. Like, we have a
it is
new
insane.
manager.
And I
Like,
have grown like you saw the stat that or the numbers got thrown around that Tennessee the last year has had the highest operating budget for baseball in the country.
mm,
And Vitello left because of the MLB. Just
mm,
let's be real. That's an insane opportunity. And we had the shitty enough luck that he got offered it. We had a coach. We had the best coach in the sport. And unfortunately, he was so freaking good that he got something offered to him that no other coach had ever got offered to him. It's not anyone's fault. It's just our fault that we're Tennessee fans, and that's the luck we had. That's all. That's the only thing you can blame it on. But this is Elander's program now, and I think he's done a good job so far overall. It's not been too great. It's not been too bad. Um, and this weekend should have been a great victory weekend to open his tenure. But we lost it. It happens. Kind of reminds me a lot of the LSU series last season, the one where me and Nate Snead had the whole thing. Where we let up
no
a
one.
huge home run against LSU, and then we lose on Sunday. But yeah, it happened. It's what it is. We got a lot more baseball to play. Let's go sweep Missouri. That would be a great way to cap that. And
It
that's about all.
it agitates me that
Yeah.
people, and I know. Listen, you have the freedom to get pissed, get mad, have your opinion all you want to, and I understand that because I'm the same way. I get pissed, I yell, I scream, I curse at TV. I tell people tell me all the time, you need to calm down. You're getting too crazy over here. But at the same time, and I've never been this, look around the country at other teams. And I said this last podcast of like, I only do that with football. I don't care about any other team in the country. I'm in football. I only care about my team. I don't, because there's only a select few of games in the whole season. But when it comes to stuff like this and people freaking out, like look at the national reigning champions LSU. They're not playing well. They're playing awful. Look at Vanderbilt. They played awful, and then they come and beat LSU. Like it's baseball. It's going to happen. And if you think that LSU is going to be ass the whole season, you're crazy. You think Vandy's going to be ass the whole season, you're crazy. You think Arkansas is going to be ass the whole season, you're crazy. They just went out and beat Mississippi State, a team that looked like unstoppable. Like it, just calm down. God, it's really exhausting to an extent.
Okay. I will agree with all that. If you better go beat Vandy, not this weekend, but the one after.
I don't disagree.
It's a big weekend
I don't
because
disagree.
I am. And let me tell you, everyone in that university better be just like, you better go beat those motherfuckers because we all sucked. We all didn't do it, and you got to do it because no
This
one else
fan
here did it.
base,
No one else here did it.
this fan base will be ungodly unbearable if Vandy beats us in football and in basketball and in baseball. They'll be this fan base will melt to the ground if that happens. They will.
So I feel like we're already there. I saw people throwing that Max Gilbert, and man, I hate Georgia, but we got to beat Vandy. We got to beat
You
Vandy.
got
We
to.
can't let them.
Like,
It was crazy. I mean, we just won at Memorial not that long ago. I mean, that was a month ago. We won at Memorial Gymnasium, and that's harder to beat them there than anywhere else. but
Well,
it feels
it's
like we're
again,
back at square one.
sports is what have you done for me lately? That's how it is now with social media. If there was no social media, it would not be like this because you wouldn't have everyone's freaking take shoved down your throat, pissed off. You would have to read a newspaper in,
Hey,
in the morning.
in a comment, I will make a comment on the success that Vandy has had in football and basketball lately. Football, I think they'll be more of a threat than they were in the past consistently with Clark Lee, but I don't think that is totally sustainable what they had this year. I don't think they'll have 10-win seasons often. I think it'll
It's
be a
not.
I think they'll might go 6-6 next year and bounce around that area for most of the time. Maybe they'll bounce up and have a 10-win every 5 years, but it won't be consistent.
I don't
And
go
we
there.
should go back to owning them if we do what we should. But basketball, I'll give them that. That might be sustainable. That might be something you can build upon. I mean, hell, we saw Baylor win a national championship. There is basically no difference between programs, Baylor and Vanderbilt. You can win at Vandy in basketball consistently. You have a great arena. I know our fans shit on it, but I find charm in it. And I don't want this, by the way. I don't want this. I hope Mark Byington takes the next job he's offered, but that is something sustainable, and we need to take that as a serious threat.
Yeah, I agree. But here's the thing too. Vandy is not going to when a coach becomes really good at Vandy, people are going to poach him and take him. Clark Lee might stay. They might throw the back Clark Lee because he is a Vandy guy. But when a coach becomes really good at Vandy and a bigger school comes calling and offers them more money, they're going to go. They're going to go. I'm staying here at Vandy. I'm staying here at Vanderbilt University to make less money with less resources. That's
I
not going
don't
to
know
happen.
though.
Sorry,
I don't
no.
know
Oh, really?
if
You
if
don't
if
know?
they prioritize it enough, he could stay. I think they would have to choose though. Are we going to keep putting money towards football, or should we just put all our chips in on basketball and baseball?
I'm not
If
talking about
if they
football. I think Clark Lee will stay because he's a
Yeah,
Vandy guy. He's a Vandy
well,
guy.
I know I'm talking about the administration. Just like you have to choose, like at some point you got to choose. Do I want to consistently contend in basketball, or do I want to try and kid myself in football?
Coach Bud says Vandy has money.
They do of late. They
They
do.
have a lot of money, but they don't throw it in the athletic department like most people do. They don't do that.
They're doing it lately, but we'll see how
Not,
if they
I'm telling
consistently
you,
do it.
if someone comes calling from Penn State or Ohio State or Miami or Texas, like you're not going to say no. I'm saying at Vandy. I'm sorry, they got way more money than you.
I don't know
That's
how consistent that money is
it's
because I
not.
know a
It's not
lot
as
of it comes
consistent.
from country music and stuff like that.
Like
It does, surprisingly.
like Coach Bud, I get what you're saying that Vandy has a lot of money, but in athletics, they don't have the money like those other people do. So if those people I'm calling, they're not going to stay at Vandy. They're not going to offer them those contracts that those other people are going to do. They're just not. It's not. They're not going to happen. They've got a whole lot of money, but they're not
I
like
will
those
say
other
this.
athletic
I will say
departments.
this. With the uprise lately of Vandy athletics,
Mm,
everyone so far they've done enough to say that they've addressed it.
yeah.
That is a priority. You have to do better than Vandy at stuff. That's a big thing at
Mm,
UT. Like you cannot let Vandy actually challenge you at stuff, which they have been. They had a better basketball season than we did. They did, and they had a better football season. I wouldn't say they're better basketball programs than we are, or I wouldn't say their football and basketball programs are better than ours, but they had better seasons than we did last year. You need to you need to do better at both of those next year than they do,
yeah.
because that makes you look weak, and that makes you and that's something they can poke fun at you for. I still don't think they're a better program than we are, but man, we got the whole freaking state. We got the Haslams. We got more money than they do, and more support. I mean, way bigger fan base. Uh, so we shouldn't have that problem. Because and I do hate Vandy because it's just like they're people that don't really. I just don't like them. I don't really know how to go into detail on it, but they're just they're
I think it pisses you off. I think why you're angry right now, it pisses you off the most because Vandy fans aren't around unless they're winning. And
exactly.
Tennessee fans are around no matter what's going on. Like that's just how it is. So it
You
makes you mad when something like that happens, and all of a sudden their fans are like, "Oh, whoa, we're better than you." I'm like, where have you been the last decade?
It's weird that you can't really enjoy wins over Vandy, but you can wallow in the losses. Like, or they're allowed to crap on you when you lose to them, but it's freaking meaningless if you beat them. It feels that way. Doesn't it feel almost meaningless when you
Yeah,
beat
no, yeah,
them,
it doesn't
despite
matter.
whatever?
It's
But
like, yeah,
if
whatever.
you
But
lose to
they,
them, you are the class clown.
oh yeah, yeah.
It's such a it's one of those rivalries. So it's like it's just a
Uh,
thorn in your side almost because there's no like Georgia. It's like I mean, hell, like been a long time since we beat them in football. Well, Georgia's different because it only matters what you do against them in football.
yeah,
So that's not a great example. Let me Auburn maybe like beat them in basketball or football matters, but it 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 goes both ways.
I
But
get it.
in for Vandy, it's way different. It's just like there's just a like if you lose to them, you're just a joke in anything. And I mean baseball's a little different because they prioritize that. They kind of became like the Duke of college baseball at one point, and they got that idiot Whistler. My God, I cannot believe that guy's still doing it. I for some reason thought he was not around anymore. And then I turned on one of their games and all I heard like he's still doing this. What the hell? They were in the SEC tournament that day playing us, so he doesn't care about anything else besides baseball at that point.
Mm.
Um,
But I no no I agree with you. This was a 1 year, like it's been a 1 year thing of where they beat us pretty good in almost every sport.
Football is
Like,
the one you really feel.
okay, so but like it's been 1 year, and if it continues, then we have a problem. We have a massive problem. But in my opinion, I don't think it's going to continue. Like you said, I think their football program is they're going to lose a lot of players. They're going to come back to reality. Yada yada yada. Their basketball team, I think, is going to stay pretty good. Their baseball team, it seems like they've kind of fallen a little bit. A little bit. I think everyone's
Last
kind of
year
caught.
they were the number one overall seed, SC champions, and then they go and lose to Wright State,
That's what I'm saying, though. It's
and
like they're not.
now they are I think they have the worst record in the SEC. Of course, I think they just won that series over LSU, which I don't know. I'm sure you didn't watch it, but I watched them play. I watched them play LSU, and I think they gave up the lead on three wild pitches in a row. It was insane,
Yeah.
which is just well, which speaks to what you were saying earlier. There are
Mhm.
not. It's not only us that are having issues. Like college
No.
baseball, you'll see the dumbest things in the world,
People
and
think
it's
our fan base thinks we're like the worst thing since like sliced bread, but like it's like it dude, they're everyone's having issues, man. It's not just us. Like y'all got to chill the hell out. Like it's crazy.
yeah. But that's where I'm at. Okay, go sweep Missouri. If you win two out of three, I guess that's okay, but you better sweep them.
Just
You
win the
better
series, man. Just start
sweep
winning
them. No,
series.
no, no. You need to sweep them. That's the worst team in the SEC. You better sweep them.
Okay.
That's the easiest series you got. That's hell. I'd say that's easier than Wright State. Um,
Mhm.
Sweep Missouri. Then you go to Vandy. I would love a sweep there. If you win two out of three, I'll take it. But
Have
they
we been?
can't. Don't lose that series.
We've been pretty good at Vinny, right? Recently.
Um,
Recently,
I don't think.
we beat them at their house. Didn't right?
Yeah, of course we did.
Last
I
time
mean,
we played them.
there was the check back game, and we
That's
swept
right.
them that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what we did in 2024, the
Yeah.
national champion season. I think we won two out of three. We lost the Sunday game, I believe. But yeah, so we've won five out of six there, I believe.
Yeah. Pretty good
Which is
success.
good, which is good. But you know, our two best teams ever are the ones that played on the road there. So make that maybe we're yeah.
We'll close on this national champion Tony Vitello with smile. I'm planning on to take a shot for every layup the Vols make Friday, and I'm scared I'll leave the bar sober.
You
We'll see.
will.
Hey,
Jalen Carey leaving people sober since 2026.
national champion Tony Vitello smile. Can you please document that and come back with us on Sunday, and like send us a video or something of you doing that, and I will be content gold, please, and we'll replay this on our next podcast. Please come back with that. I would love it. It'd be amazing to watch. But anyways, all right. Well, we have a game against either Miami of Ohio or SMU. We'll find that out. And when we are back on this podcast, we'll have more to talk about with this basketball team because the March and the madness is here, my friends. But anyways, good podcast. Thanks for all the I know Twitter wasn't working with the comments, but it seemed like it started to work towards the end with people getting access into with the upgrades. So apparently there's like some upgrade. But we will do it again next week. But thanks for chiming in. Thanks for commenting. And we will see y'all again next week. Peace out. Good night. God bless. And go Vols.